Assalamu alaikum. So our today's topic is triangles of the neck. Okay, so first we will discuss the muscles of the neck, which are sternohyoid, omohyoid, and thyrohyoid, sternohyoid. These are the muscles which will be used in the triangle of neck. So sternohyoid is originate from the posterior aspect of the sternoclavicular joint and adjacent mandibular of sternum, and insertion on body of hyoid will lead into attachment of omohyoid muscle. Twenty. Okay, so this muscle is applied by the anterior line of C1 to C3 through the ansacervicalis, and mm, okay, so its function is depresses hyoid bone after swallow. Omohyoid originate from the superior border of scapula, medial to suprascapular notch, and it inserted on the lower border of body of hyoid bone just lateral to attachment of sternohyoid. And it is applied by the anterior line of C1 to C3 through the ansacervicalis. It depresses and fixes hyoid bone. Thyrohyoid. Thyrohyoid originates from the oblique line on lamina of thyroid cartilage, and it insertion on the greater horn and adjacent aspect of body of hyoid bone. Okay, this one is a different nerve supply. Fibers from the anterior ramus of C1 carry along hypoglossal nerve, and its function is depresses hyoid bone, but when hyoid bone is fixed, raises larynx. Sternothyroid. Sternothyroid, posterior surface of mandible of sternum. It inserted on oblique line on lamina of thyroid cartilage. It is applied by the anterior myope C1 to C3 through the ansacervicalis, as we had discussed before. The three nerve supply are the same, but the thyrohyoid has a different nerve supply. Okay, so its function is draws larynx downward. So this is the omohyoid muscle. This is sternohyoid muscle. This is the sternothyroid muscle, and this is the thyrohyoid muscle. Okay. Now we'll discuss the triangles of neck, anterior triangles of neck. First, we'll discuss what we are going to include in this. This is superior thoracic aperture, clavicle. This is posterior triangle, and this is the anterior triangle. The sternocleidomastoid muscle divides the triangles into anterior and posterior. So this is the main muscle which divides the triangles into anterior and posterior. So this is the posterior. Behind the sternocleidomastoid, there is a posterior triangle, and in front of it, there is anterior triangle. And this is the anterior midline of neck. And this is an axillary inlet. Okay, so we have anterior triangle, and the boundaries of each anterior triangle are the median vertical line of the neck, the inferior margin of the mandible, and the anterior margin of the sternocleidoid mastoid. So we can see this whole is the anterior triangle, and we have subdivisions. We have subdivisions of the neck. Anterior triangle of the neck. There is submandibular, muscular, carotid, and submandibular. Okay, we'll discuss it later. First, let me tell you how the boundaries are divided. How the boundaries are formed. So there is a midline of neck in the anterior side, and above it's mandible, and at the back there is anterior border of the sternocleidomastoid muscle. So this all makes the anterior triangle of neck. So we have the subdivisions: submental, submandibular, carotid, and muscular. Okay, so this is submandibular, this is submental, this is muscular and carotid. Okay, first we'll discuss the submental triangle. It's situated underneath the chin. Boundaries are inferiorly hyoid bone, medially midline of the neck, laterally anterior valley of digastric muscle, floor mylohyoid muscle, and roof deep cervical fascia. So, inferiorly there is a hyoid muscle, medially midline of the neck. Floor is this is the floor. Floor is mylohyoid muscle, and laterally anterior belly of digastric muscle. Okay, its contents are submental lymph nodes, tributaries forming anterior jugular vein. Okay, submandibular triangle located underneath the mandible. Boundaries are superiorly inferior border of the mandible and inferiorly anterior and posterior bellies of the digastric muscle. So, this is anterior belly of the digastric muscle, and this is posterior belly of the digastric muscle. And above, it's the inferior border of the mandible. Its contents are submandibular gland, submandibular lymph nodes, facial artery and vein, hypoglossal nerve. Now there is a muscular triangle, which is superior, and their boundaries are superiorly hyoid bone. It is below the submandibular triangle. So superiorly there is a hyoid bone, medially midline of the neck, superior laterally, superior belly of omohyoid muscle, inferior laterally, anterior border of sternocleidomastoid muscle. Contents are sternohyoid, omohyoid, thyrohyoid, pharynx, thyroid, and parathyroid gland. So this is the muscular triangle. Above is the hyoid muscle. There is in the median there is a midline of the neck, and superior laterally there is a superior laterally superior belly of omohyoid muscle, and inferior laterally there is anterior border of sternocleidomastoid muscle. Omohyoid muscle and sternocleidomastoid muscle. Superiorly omohyoid, inferiorly sternohyoid. And carotid triangle, its boundaries are anterior inferiorly superior belly of omohyoid, superiorly stylohyoid and posterior belly of digastric, posteriorly anterior border of sternocleidomastoid. So this is the carotid triangle, and its contents are common carotid artery, bifurcates into internal and external carotid arteries, internal jugular vein, hypoglossal nerve, and vagus nerve. So this is the carotid triangle. This is the summary of the triangles, boundaries, and its contents.